7 Joy FM is live on Hits 103.9 FM, proudly sponsored by Betway and Petrosol. Welcome to the best afternoon show on radio. Listen, we've got a lot to cover from now till 3 p.m., about an hour and a half, giving unrivaled perspective on some of the biggest issues that have come up as far as the Ghana Premier League production is concerned. Yesterday, a massive press conference was held at Movenpick Hotel. And, of course, we had a massive announcement that happened there yesterday. And those announcements included financial announcements and commitments to the Ghana Premier League class. 1 million Ghana cedis each to every club. We still have a lot of unanswered questions about where the money is coming from, in what form, sponsorship, the sustainability plans. Are there some sort of regulations in place in terms of how the money should be used and where it should be spent? And what does this do for our league going forward? How often will we be getting this money from whichever source the money will be coming from? How many years have they committed to it? These are important questions that need to be answered as far as that's concerned. And then there was also the massive issue of Ali Jarrah. On Tuesday, he took to social media to cry out about the treatment he's received from Ghanaians in particular in the last few years. And he says that he is literally giving up on life because the country has not treated him well in the 32 years since an injury left him paralyzed.
I'm not a type who come out and say things on his own. No. I think when the time comes and the right authority calls, they know exactly what they must do to wipe a tear from someone's face. I know the president of the nation, Your Excellency, is a good listener. I know he will do the needful. I pray for long life for him, and I'm waiting for that day for me to see Your Excellency. I'm honored to have you, Joy FM, to at least come and listen to my sorrows and my cries.
So that's Ali Jarrah. We followed up, of course, with an interview of him. And he says that Ghanaians must not wait for him to die before they appreciate what he's done for the country.
When you have a child and you locked him in a room for 32 years, ask yourself, how would the child be? Put the child on the desert without giving him water to struggle. How would the child feel? The Ghanaians want something bad. I am a Muslim. I'm not afraid of death because every Muslim knows there is death. If tomorrow I'm gone, I think the tributes which will be read will be full of hopes and glory and honor to what I've done for the nation. And I play football for only 3 years. Why would this happen to me?
So we will be getting into that. Very critical questions from Ali Jarrah. Once again, bringing into the fore the issues of how we treat our legends. Or, in the case of Ali Jarrah, is he just being unnecessarily provocative? What is the story around how he was treated or how the state has treated him since he got that injury? He admittedly played football for just 3 years. And we will talk about how he served Ghana, what the country or the state did for him when the injury happened, whether the injury happened while he was playing for Ghana or for someone else, or it just happened. There's so many things unclear about Ali Jarrah's story that a lot of people have not had clarity on. We will get clarity on those issues here today on the show as well. The show is interactive on social media. Of course, do send me a message, 055 111 055 11 997. On all of the issues we'll be talking about here. There are transfer issues, of course, all around the world as well. Isaac and all the other issues. We'll talk about. We'll get into the transfer stories as well here on the show. The show is proudly brought to you by Betway and, of course, Petrosol. Now, the guys are in studio. Sichofe Philip Trim is here. Daniel Cransing. Achitamaklo.
Hi.
And this man has decided to wear a full-blown suit and tie for a radio show.
He dressed.
Felix Romack is joining us in studio today. My brother, how you doing?
I'm doing great, friend.
Yeah,
Actually,
you dress so
why
why?
didn't go on our first preseason game?
The way he celebrates himself, some way.
How he celebrates?
He celebrates plenty.
He do su.
It's a friendly match.
No, but the fans came in to watch everything about him. The Sue was part. You don't understand the brand.
The fans came to watch Sue. Why didn't you do Sue with us, Corey?
But for
Thank you. So he didn't just come to see Sue.
They came to see him score and do Sue.
And do what?
Alright, anyway, guys, welcome to the show. There's only one place to start. Of course, there's Joy Sports Invitational next Saturday as well.
Yeah.
So we'll give a roll call.
So who they play the tennis for?
MGL.
Let's let me know game. So that's on my hits. At the hits, I said, Alexis, I'll kill this guy. And I play the back. I said, Alexis, you die. Alexis, I believe you.
And listen, if you're not even if you don't belong to a corporate institution that is registered, you can still come around as a spectator and network and meet people. It's free. It's not. There's no gate fee or no one is charging anything for it. So just come around. A network with a lot of people.
You for do competitors without borders.
Non-affiliated individuals.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Sicho was once the president of unemployed Ghanaian youth.
I still am.
So when you not get company, you go feel come. You go feel
Sicho, don't do that. You are self-employed. Self-employed. You work for yourself.
You don't know that.
That is.
You know that people say I've lost my job. And
you are jobless.
They were happy I had lost my job.
Okay.
And I'm even though you they bring me come join, they give me some. I don't ask me how much 100 cities or something. Where they manage? You know, try for me. So don't come and spoil the fun. I beg you. Every day, they should be what 115. My 12:45 a day. I don't want stories.
The invitational tournament for make you organize your boys, the unemployed, to make you come
absolutely
participate.
Yeah. Anyway, so guys, there's only one place to start, and that is from all the voices that you heard: the sports minister, the chief of staff, the GFA president. Everyone was there. Everyone was there at the Movenpick Hotel. When the GFA unveiled Adisa Productions as the new production company in charge of producing the Ghana Premier League. There, of course, was no mention of who would be broadcasting the Ghana Premier League, which is the part or the aspect that is very important to the consumers. Because, once it's produced, it has to be broadcast. And for that question, I think that is still a conversation that is ongoing. We will discover in the next few weeks who would get the rights to broadcast the Ghana Premier League. We are interested here at the Multimedia Group. We want to broadcast the Ghana Premier League. So when they are sharing that thing, they should call us too. We'll do it. But for now, we don't know who is broadcasting. We do know who is producing. A lot of figures have been mentioned that the clubs will get $1 million Ghana cedis each for this season. That is roughly 96 or so thousand US dollars. That is 3 times the amount they were getting per season, even when they had a sponsor in Star Times, in television sponsorship money. That's how much they were getting. 30,000. Now they're getting 96 or so thousand, roughly 100K per season per club. 80 million Ghana cedis for the 18 Ghana Premier League clubs. Now, we don't know how much is going to be paid to Adisa Productions to produce the league or whether they are being paid. And we don't know what regulations or conditions are tied to this money. Can the club owner just take the money and do whatever they want with it? We are very interested in getting those answers as well. And then there's the issue of sustainability. So I'm going to say, first up, Felix, you have been an ardent follower of the Ghana Premier League for a very long time. You listened. Were you there yesterday?
No, but
you weren't.
I watched.
But you followed. You followed the whole thing unfold. Did you come out with? Did you come out of it feeling very satisfied, happy, confused? Like, what is your general impression of this news?
I think it was a mixed emotion. I was happy that for once Ghanaian clubs are getting 1 million Ghana cedis. I was happy that the games would be back on TV like it were before. But I was confused because I happened to raise a few questions, and I posted it on my X handle. The first question was, what is the duration of the partnership? Is it for just this season or the upcoming 20?
When you say partnership,
yes, that's what they call.
Who and who?
Okay, between Adisa Production Limited,
yes,
the Ghana Football Association, and then there's a support from government.
Support.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first question I wanted to ask was, what's the duration of the partnership? Is it for the upcoming 2025-2026 season? And then secondly, the $1.8 million, or let me even call Ghana Cedi, the 18 million Ghana Cedis, which is $1 million each for the 18 clubs, plus the additional performance-based prizes that will come at the end of the season. Where is the money coming from? And then also, what was the cost of production? Friends, lucky for me, I've been part of the last two Ghana Premier League production. I work with Super Sports.
Yeah.
And I think 11 years ago, back at 2013, Super Sports secured a deal with the GFA worth $1.05 million over a 3-year period.
Okay.
To cover the Ghana Premier League and then the MTN FA Cup. And I can say this because I'm privy to that information. Super Sports back then were spending almost $1.2 million for production.
Okay.
A season.
A season?
Yes.
For production alone?
Yes. And before we even got into the studio, myself and Sicho made an inquiry. Start time we're spending close to $1 million per season for production. So it tells you that there is a huge amount of money that will also go into what Adisa Production will be producing in terms of content, in terms of the games for the Premier League games that we will be having.
Yeah.
So I wanted to find out where all this money are coming from. Is it coming from the FA, which I think would not? I'll be very surprised if the FA have 18 million Ghana cedi.
The FA has no money. The FA say they are broke.
Yes, so that's why I'll be very surprised.
They've said this many times.
Yes, so nobody informed us at that particular partnership where the money is coming from.
And the reason that answer is important is for sustainability.
Of course.
Yeah. So we all want to see this.
Of course, and if you talk about the ministry, in the NDC manifesto, I never saw anything like we are coming to partner the GFA and produce the Ghana Premier League content. We never saw. What was in the manifesto was they were coming to enhance the salary of the Premier League players. That is true. So I want to know if it is our taxpayers' money, then I know I'm a huge fan of the Ghana Premier League, and this will go a long way to help us. And
because
then,
even if it's taxpayers' money, you're not against it. You just need to know.
No, of course. Then I know. Then even the duration of the partnership, is it for one? And the duration is very important because this is the FA, the Ghana Football Association. They've gone into deals with First Capital Plus.
Didn't last.
Glow.
Didn't last.
Xylophone.
Didn't last.
Bet Power.
Didn't last.
Star Times.
Didn't last. All of them were truncated.
Thank you.
One
way or other.
Prematurely.
Yes.
Prematurely.
So these are the reason why we want to find out, because we don't want to start a production and by the end of the second round, I decide to talk say, Charlie, the team now is not value for money, so I quit.
Right.
So we need to. These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. And friend, before I close, you see, maybe the coming days the FA might come out to explain all this, but it is also important for the clubs to know that they have a huge responsibility to make sure that this partnership goes well.
True.
If you are taking 1 million Ghana cedis, I don't remember the last time clubs have that amount of money. You are not supposed to stop a production team from showing your games. I don't
Or
know.
abandon the game halfway.
Yes.
into
So
the match.
you've collected somebody's 1 million Ghana cedis. I don't know which contract or what are the expectations or what are the sides expecting from the Premier League clubs. I'm sure there are do's and don'ts attached to the 1 million. They won't just throw $1 million to the clubs. But I know Ghanaian clubs. I know what they can do. I know what some club owners will even do with the 1 million.
You mean by...
No, I don't know, but they can do some things. The main responsibility of that 1 million, the main use of the 1 million, they can channel it somewhere. You understand? So it is important that.
Right, if you get 50,000, you can get nice Mercedes Benz.
But the money is meant for the club.
Yes, the club has an owner.
So the club has an owner. So
Yes.
the Range Rover will serve a purpose for all the club needs.
Owner needs to move around.
Move around, and you want to use half of the 1 million money from at the Saturday.
If they use it to buy a Mercedes Benz, what are you going to do?
No, that is not. I'm not sure that's the purpose of it. But friend, it is very, very important that the clubs play a huge part in making this a success. Earlier on,
I really think that they should make sure that before there has to be compliance mechanisms put in place before they can even access this money. This is my view. I don't think that the money should be disbursed. The whole 1 million should be disbursed at a go. Honestly, I think that they should put conditions precedent
so maybe
to the disbursement of this money. Just basically like how the IMF does to Ghana. So when you fulfill certain conditions, yes,
when you take the bosses, then
you take the boxes. I mean, that's how it should be.
So
it should be compliance based.
What
we
can do is maybe after the first 17 games, if you are able to take all the bosses after 17 games, we give you 500. But you see, the FA president said they will give the money before the start of the season. So maybe you split it, give them maybe 2/3 of the money before the season starts. And then you hold on to the other.
Absolutely.
Then
like you said, we know the Ghana.
We know them. We know what they can do.
Sicho, you coming here?
Sue.
Good news. Fantastic news.
Yeah, a lot of question marks, but
the idea.
The idea and the feel and look of it is brilliant. Congratulations to Keto Kraku and this JFA.
And the chief of staff, Julius Debra, and the sports minister, Kofi Idi Adams.
My friends, we don't like some things for this country.
Why? Actually, is misbehaving.
Thank you very much for the question. You let me continue.
Let me talk something.
Good.
It's okay.
Look, friends, it's a good deal. It's exciting, but again, we just need to dot some T's and dot some I's and cross some T's. And then get some clarity on the matter. And you've asked all the relevant questions because we need to know where the funding is coming from, how long, if there's a duration to this. Is it direct government involvement, or is it a personal government? Is it like the cathedral project, which was a personal project, or is it a government thing that is going to go into policy, right? So that any government that comes,
like taxpayer.
Yes, so any government that comes is going to look at it like free SHS. So that when you come and then you stop it, I'm going to tell you a government that doesn't like football or sports, right? So we just need to know.
Or will it come from the new sports fund that Muhammad
said is going to establish? I mean, where is it coming from? Where does it sit in the budget that the minister read very recently and all of that? So these are very important questions. But aside all of this, friends, I like the idea that a production house is focused on doing production, and then broadcasters will focus on doing broadcasting.
Absolutely.
For a very long time, and it's an incredibly difficult thing to do. When a production house does the production, they don't care about marketing the production, the product. They don't care about selling it to people. However, there are marketers who normally work with broadcasters to sell the product. So the production team is focused on churning out the best quality and then giving it to broadcasters to flash it around. And while broadcasters do that, they, through their marketing team or the FS marketing team, are going to find people to come around. The mistake we've done over the period is that we've lumped broadcasting and production and marketing together. And there aren't many media houses in Ghana that are capable of doing production alongside broadcasting and marketing it. It takes a massive toll on the media house,
especially for a product like the Ghana.
It's a huge one, right? Mm-hmm. So something suffers. It's either the marketing will suffer, or the broadcast will suffer, or the production will suffer. So to segregate it in the way they've done, for me, is a start. So Adisa focuses on the production and all the quality it comes with. The broadcasters will focus on broadcasting it, and then the marketers will focus on marketing it. I think that separating the powers as they've done is the way to go. And FIFA does it, UEFA does it. Like it happens in, even the Premier League now, as we speak, IMG, we're doing the production for them over the time, and then they'll broadcast it on Premier League TV, and there are people who are selling the content across the globe, and they're making tons and billions of pounds from the content. Now, the clubs are going to receive a million Ghana cedis before the season starts, and I agree that it should come with conditions. I just don't think the conditions should come before they receive the money. The reason I say that is that at the start of the season, especially at the start of this project, the clubs would need the money to look a part of this. Yeah. So the clubs will need the money to get the facility in place. They need the money to sign the quality players we want them to sign. They need the money to put their house in order. But what has to then happen is the clubs must be accountable for the money. And that is why these days everybody will hear FFP, PSR, all of that. These are monies the clubs are genuinely making from federations or sponsors. It should have been nobody's business, should it? Yet, the supervisory body of the football associations across the big leagues are saying that you still need to account to us how you use that money. Because guess what? When monies are paid to you by their codes, part of it is a percentage is supposed to go into certain things. Some are supposed to go into infrastructure. Some are supposed to go into CSR. Some are supposed to go into youth development. Some are supposed to go into women's football and all of that. So when the year is done, the clubs must present to the FA or present to an independent body their accounts, so that it makes sense. If indeed the money is taxpayers' money, it makes sense to us that the taxpayers' money that they are giving to individual businesses to run and for the general public to benefit from is being used wisely, so that it doesn't reflect in the accounts that the club owner went to buy a BM. I mean, it's 1 million. He's going to buy something that is not necessarily tied to the development of the sport. So I'm all for that. The transparency of it, the accounting of it. And you see, that would in fact help the clubs to run their books properly if they are not doing it so now. And it brings transparency and brings trust to it. So I'm all for the idea. But going forward, we also need to know. I mean, I've done production, and we need to know how much the production is going to cost.
Who is bearing the cost?
And who is bearing? As for the costs, when I look at the people who came around, I know. They've not said it, but I know. By you, they should say it. Because what business? Chief of staff, when you should hear that morning. Yeah. Chief of staff. In fact, he's one of the busiest, maybe number 4, number 5 busiest person in Ghana. I bet that. Is it moving big or Kebisky?
If the number 1 busiest person is the president, his chief of staff is
yes, absolutely.
But yesterday, I saw him at 3 different events with the same shadow.
And so why would he be there if listen, I think
you see, if you go that way, and I have no reason to doubt your logical conclusion. But if you go that way, I have even greater questions.
Okay, you can spill them.
Yeah, because if the assumption and logical assumption is that the government is funding the production, how did they end up with a production company? Like, was there competitive bidding? Like, did we stand a chance as well, or we didn't?
That's an interesting question.
We who? You mean multimedia?
Yes.
Okay.
Did hold on? Yeah. Any Ghanaian?
Was there a tender? Was there a tender?
That's what I'm saying.
Competitive bidding.
I'm saying all I'm trying to say is there are many production houses in Ghana.
Yeah.
And if the money, by your very coherently logical conclusion, is coming from government, then we do have legitimate concerns about how they arrived at champion.
But you know, last week where Taribo West go talks in and do this thing agreement with FA presidency false. Right now we dey hear say a completely different production house.
So you know,
but you first have to establish that.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's why I said if we go in that.
Yeah, even if you go by Citro's logic, you first have to establish that it was government's choice and not the FA's. because the product does not belong to you.
Yeah, the question isn't to only government alone. It is to everyone.
Yeah,
Because ultimately, the money source is what would determine who.
Yeah, no. So it depends. And he has a very good question. But here's the thing. And when they're speaking about Ghana Premier League Company or something.
Yeah.
That has been
In fact, the partnership has actually formed a company.
Yeah. That is going to front this new production, and Adisa is going to be the production. So the company might have gone on to choose Adisa. Now the point here is, if the GFA has spoken to Adisa to come on board and help them do production, and the government is saying, well, we can help your league. What do you really need? And they're like, oh, we'd really appreciate if you help us with production. Then in that case, they don't need to open tender because they are helping the GFA, and the GFA is saying, okay, the production money is this amount. Okay, we'll give you that amount of money. Then who is doing the production? The GFA has a partnership, an agreement with Adisa. If the government was doing it directly, and then the government has to tell everybody. But the GFA don't have to tell. They don't need to tell everybody.
My point is that it doesn't matter if the government is using a vehicle or not.
Yeah.
So long as the money is coming from there, I think none of that matters. But like I said, let's not double in it. You are making a point.
So, but again, then now I have to talk about the Ghana Premier League clubs. Look,
Okay.
I've worked with them.
Good.
I must honestly say they are not the easiest group of people to work with. They can be very tough, and now the FA needs to prove that it has proper regulations, punitive enough to bring sanity. Because what the 1 million Ghana cedis won't necessarily stop is hooliganism. What the 1 million Ghana cedis won't necessarily stop is the disorder at match venues where fans take things into their their own hands and trying to disrupt games. What that 1 million Ghana cedis won't automatically stop would be when the clubs have been asked to appear and have a photo shoot before the season because we are going to use the pictures for something great, and then like, we don't wear jerseys when you're going to play football. That 1 million won't stop it. So then now the FA needs to take absolute charge and make sure that the money they have taken, it requires them to appear. Who tells you that when the players go for tournaments, FIFA and UEFA and AFCON, they have all the time in the world to... I was with the Black Stars in Qatar, and there was a whole day where our own person, Julia Belwa, was working with FIFA at the time at the World Cup, and he was assigned to the Black Stars. So there was a whole day they had to come and do a photo and video session with the team.
You have to show up.
It took them a whole day. I mean, some of the players look tired, they look frustrated. But who be you? The day you be who? Ronaldo is something to do for Portugal in camp. Who be you? And the players are not necessarily happy to do it, but it is binding. Right, and the federations know it is binding.
Look at the Netflix production at the World Cup.
Yeah, it is binding. You've got to do it. So we need to also see the FA educating their clubs, and the clubs also then educating the players on why it's important for them to make themselves available for some of these things. And finally, we speak about the production costs. You said DSTV at the time spent a little over 1 million.
Almost 1.2 million.
Start times 1 million. Now this production is going to go with just about the same number of games, 3 games over the match days. But they're also promising a comprehensive highlight show increase. They're also promising a proper review show. They're also
a review and preview.
Yes, promising a review show and what?
A magazine show.
And a magazine show. So we are looking at 4 extra spin-offs, different productions. So if Star Times is supposed to be spending around $1 million, it shouldn't be around $1 million. I mean, I've been around these things to know what I'm talking, but I'm excited that we get opportunity to. So let's see it roll out and then bang. I only wish that the Galka top 4 would have been with Adisa to do the production.
They've given that one to.
I know it's going to GH1, and I love what GH1 did with the President's Cup. I think they deserve to do this, but I would have wished that Adisa did this
so that
they also can test a lot of things, test their crew, test their commentators, and the Ghana Kasa, they can see that small with some catch. So when the league is about to start, we know that the guys.
Have you seen any of their productions before?
Oh, no. Ghana was beautiful. Nobody.
Oh yeah, Ghana was talented kids.
No, I think
then Ghana was strongest.
I think he's asking about.
Is there any?
Specific about football.
Okay. You rephrase the question. Sports production.
Is that what you meant?
Ghana was strongest. Ghana was strongest.
Be patient.
Look
at you.
But it be scores.
Ghana strongest. Daddy K, quickly on this matter.
Yeah.
Where did you stand?
No, simple matter. To be frank, the questions are plenty.
Yeah.
It's very exciting on the surface, but the questions are a lot. But mine is, you remember in February when Hassan Kotoko said he won't play the league again and they wrote to the FA?
After the police there.
Yeah. The FA's response statement said that there was an autonomous Ghana Premier League company which has an implementation chairman in our boss. Yes. So my point is, if you are entering an agreement of this magnitude,
And they set up a new company.
which is registered and registered general, they have their own bank account, everything. And the FA themselves also said that, in fact, were handing over the company to the clubs because representatives from the clubs would constitute the board of directors for that new company.
This
And mine is, why is this new company not fronting?
The question
the
you have
agreement?
is
Why
where is the new company? Where's
Where
the
is
CEO?
it? Where is
Where's the
the
general
implementation
manager?
chairman? Like,
Where are they?
Why didn't we see him addressing us? Because now in practice and in essence, it's completely different from the FA.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be seeing
if
FA
the
people-
product is about the Ghana Premier League, the GFA president shouldn't be the one addressing us because it's completely different from the FA. So why are we still seeing the GFA president addressing us in this is a next level deal?
Now, what do you? I'll call you.
Situ, relax.
Stay in character, Massa.
Guys.
Stay in character.
Situ, behave.
So like make Ketino can talk.
No. The Ghana Premier League Company Limited, right?
It's
The
Ghana Premiership Football Company Limited.
Ghana Premiership Football Company Limited. That company has been in the works for how long now? And at this particular unveiling, we were told that this partnership is between all these entities being fronted by
Ketino.
Ghana Premiership Football Company. And Danike's questions are legit.
But he's the boss. He's the boss of the company.
He's not,
Who said he's not the boss?
He's not the boss.
Why
The
can't he be
implement-
the
no,
boss?
no.
Oh,
The implementation
Sicho.
chairman is Toby Afede.
No, yes.
And they are handing over the board to the clubs.
That was the autonomous board.
Unless
It's
they are
different,
saying
though.
the
That one is different,
autonomous-
though.
How is the board?
How?
Oh no! Wait. That one is
no,
different.
Sicho, hold on.
Autonomous board is
No.
different from this one.
How is it different?
Thank you very much for the question.
No. It's educational purposes. How is it different?
Bob, thank you for the opportunity.
And what does each of them do? I want to know.
This one that they formed.
Formed
If
when,
you
by the
listen
way?
to when and where they, if you ask me, I'll meet him. But this one is, if you listen to the GS when he was speaking, it was formed out of the birth of the production and this production method, and the partnership. The autonomous board, no. The requirements they gave to the clubs to fulfill before they can go autonomous, they've not been able to fulfill it. They told them to drop some seed money. They've not been able to do it. So that one has not been that one has not kicked in yet. But this one is a company that I think will hold some of the money in trust for disbursement to maybe production and to paying the clubs and all that. So it's not necessarily the FA.
That February statement said the company has already been registered.
Yes.
You get me?
Yeah.
And they were basically at the final stages of going autonomous. That's what we were made to understand.
Agreed,
That was their response to Hearts and Kotoko. And the thing was very funny because Hearts of Oak and Kotoko rose it was February 10 and February 16, like 6 or 7 days later, and the GFA made a reply to them. And the letter that Hearts and Kotoko signed, our boss's signature was on the letter. Both Hearts and Kotoko.
Yeah.
Then the FA says that we are in the final stages. Company has already been created. Bank account is already in the company's name. And you, Togbe Afede, are the implementation chairman. And this is what the clubs need to do for us to reach the final stage. So I'm saying that 6 months later or say 7 months later, if we are entering a deal of this importance and the product is the Ghana Premier League, why are we not seeing the autonomous as part of it?
Oh, yeah.
Because then,
it's a very legitimate
what if
question.
in December we reach the case where they fulfill the obligations that they gave them and now we are ready to go autonomous? Then maybe you say let the season end. At the end of the season, next season when we are autonomous, are you now going to redraft this contract because you've already entered the contract and we don't even know how long it is? Are you now going to rewrite it and redraft it for? It's a lot of confusion.
So Danny, not to cut you. See, one of the conditions for the autonomous body was Togbe Afede, His Royal Highness, made a request that, you know what, for us to go autonomous, we needed $1.8 million. So each club was supposed to pay $100,000.
Yes.
Only us and Kotoko were kind of ready. The other 16 clubs decided, no, we don't have that amount in USD. And then Togby said, okay, then let's do 100,000 Ghana cedis. And one of the reasons why we still haven't been able to come out with the autonomous body was the amount of money involved. So if the FA comes and say, oh, we are forming a new partnership, and somebody somewhere or buying says we have money for us to go into that partnership, I can tell you 16 of the clubs will say, let's
yes.
Yeah, let's go yes.
Yeah, you'll vote yes.
They'll go yes. So for me, I'll be surprised. That's why the duration of this partnership is very important. Yeah. The formation of this partnership kills the autonomous company.
That's the whole point.
Exactly.
And that is the point Daniel is making.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
With this new vehicle that has been established to run the league independently, what has become of
Is it to run the league independently, though?
It is coordinating all these things, all these productions, which would have been the role of the autonomous body.
Yeah.
That would have been it. The Ghana Premier League Company Limited.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Does this company then regulate the league? Does it punish clubs? Does it appoint referees? Does it decide?
But that's the FA
and all of that.
Nowhere in the world.
No, that's the FA. That's the duty of the.
It's always the FA.
No.
Even in England, you have the Premier League and the.
No. Wait.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Richard Masters, the CEO of the English Premier League, as the league, he regulates the league with the agreed ethics and codes that they have. So they are the ones taking Man City to court over the 115 charges, not the FA. So I'm saying that the autonomous body, when it is formed, they appoint the referees. They have the referees committee. They are in charge. They run the league. The FA sits on the outside of that. I'm saying that this new company that is formed, if they are the ones in charge of the league now, and that is killing, because I still think the FA is heavily involved in running the league. What has changed now is the production of it and the broadcast of it,
the
marketing of it. That maybe, but when it comes to running the league, if a club messes up, this new company is not the one going to write to the club that you've been charged. I think the FA still writes. So I'm asking if we think that this new company.
That's what I choose trying to say, that the roles. It doesn't even matter if the autonomous body comes into play.
No, if the autonomous body comes in, the FA won't
hold
write to any club that stop that from playing again.
Yeah, but the English FA still writes to clubs about
punish them.
About what? Like things like what?
Suspensions.
Wait.
But you want to
when they say Mourinho has been charged by the FA, what do you understand by that?
Premier League is the FA.
Wait.
What do you understand by that?
No, wait.
I'm listening.
The FA is obviously the mother he's overseeing.
Yes.
When the Premier League does, for example, when the Premier League club, in this case, this team that is, they are going to put them out of. This guy got qualified to Europe.
The Crystal Palace.
The Crystal Palace matter, or in this case, the 115K. Let me use the City matter. It's very recent. The City matter.
Yes.
The Premier League against Man City, because the Premier League are the ones who are.
But you see, that is a special case. That's a special case because the PSR and then the financial fair play regulations is a special creation. It is not an everyday regulation that you would see in every competition, right? But the point is that for generic regulations that run
disciplinary issues,
those ones are the FA.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get it clear. When it comes to running the league, appointing your referees, doing match schedules, all match protocols, who does it?
The GFA Games department. They have a competition department.
So right now, I'm talking about in a league that has autonomy.
Guys, hold on. We're all over the place. Your question is about who appoints referees, who does fixtures,
who runs the league.
Yeah,
who runs the league?
No, running the league. You hold on to that word for a second. Who appoints referees? Who makes fixtures and all those things?
That's all running the league.
That's not all of it. Okay. So, in the sense of the Premier League and the English FA, we will distinguish the roles now and establish them so everybody understands what we are dealing with. So, when it comes to certain things like generating fixtures, all right, dealing with production company, and dealing with signing broadcast rights and all those things around the league. That is handled exclusively by the Premier League. When it comes to disciplinary issues and regulating the football that is played, that is the FA. So when Man City players and Chelsea players go and fight, it's not the Premier League that deals with them. It's the FA.
I agree.
So I'm trying to say that they run it together. So it's not a case of like if a Premier League company comes, the FA would be absolutely uninvolved.
No. They obviously
So
when it comes to like the commercial side,
Yes.
the Premier League.
That's what I'm saying.
The commercial
so that this
side,
company,
And that's where our worry is.
yes, that's what I'm
It's more
saying.
on the commercial side.
Yes. So that this company necessarily having been formed take over from all of that. Are we sure of that, or it's just because of the purpose of the
Good
production?
question. And if this company, and that's, I think we are making progress now.
Yeah.
And if we are unclear about the role of this company and whether it takes over all those things, what would then be the role of the autonomous body? That is Daniel's
That's what
question,
I'm asking.
because he's trying to make a point that there might be an overlap if we are not careful. But let's progress on this matter. I think going forward, for me, one thing that I'm very excited about is that we would have a production company putting the league on television again. They will produce quality. For me, that's the only thing that matters. Last season, we had issues about the quality of the production. I think ultimately one of the most important aspects of forming a positive brand image around a product is what it looks like. And we've had massive issues about what the league, the football looks like on television. I hope that this solves that, because then it can attract sponsors, then it can attract other entities to want to get involved. As for the questions that we all have, the FA, I hope, are listening. The government, I hope, is listening. They can provide all of these answers as we roll on. And I think that critically, sustainability is very important. The Ghana football, the Ghana Premier League has suffered too many stop-start situations, too many premature truncation, too many disruptions that have contributed negatively to any efforts at making any progress in the league. It's happened to commercial sponsorships. It's happened to television sponsorships. It's happened to even the football itself, where a league can be put on hold because somebody has gone to court and stopped the league from happening. Or in the middle of a league campaign, one club decide that they're not going to play again. I think all these stop disruptions are part of the reason people have lost interest. People like order. People like consistency. People want to plan their lives around certain activities. You look at your own calendar, you put certain things there because you know that today you are there, today you are there. Even production companies have suffered it. People drove all the way to Doma only to be told that the match won't happen. The OB van is there, everything is there. Like we can't live like that. So all these things, I hope that we can solve all of them. We will throw our support behind the Ghana Premier League. It is our duty. It's our duty and responsibility.
This is our own.
Yes, it is our duty. As
Let's
journalists
cherish
in Ghana.
our own.
So I call it.
I want to say correlations to Ket.
Yeah, so I'll call it. It's a duty.
Ketokaku.
It's a duty.
Relations to him is done
Actually,
very
you get the last say on this.
Start with that one.
I didn't hear him.
Yeah. Then
No,
go
I
ahead.
didn't
Go
hear.
ahead, please. Ignore situation.
Last year, one of the issues of hindsight, I dedicated it to reviewing the manifestos of the two parties. One of the things I said was that and on the NDC manifesto was this idea that they were going to pay salaries of players, and I kicked against it and mentioned something like what they have done. And I gave the example that, at the time, the Akufo-Addo government put out what they call the SME Growth and Opportunity Program.
Mm-hmm.
At the time it was launched in July last year. They said it was to ensure the targeted delivery of financial and technical support to high growth potential SMEs. And they set up about 8.2 billion Ghana cedis for that program.
Okay.
And they said they were going to support selected banks with 700 million cedis to offer them highly subsidized financial support for both capital and operating expenditures. My argument at the time was that let's take the same module and introduce it into football. So instead of paying players salaries, let's make monies like the government is now making available, and let's not hide it. It is not the GFA that's providing the money. It is not Adisa Productions that is providing the money. This is coming from government. My argument was that instead of giving players salaries or allowances or bonuses, let's set up a fund where each club is eligible for it for the first 2 or 3 years. But by the 3rd year, we have set up some metrics that you have to meet to be eligible to access it. And I said by the 3rd year, we should change the requirements of a business operating license for football clubs so that when you go to the NSA, you are presenting your books, they are looking through your books, your finances, and how you operate. If by that time, and you see, even for each year, there are objectives that you have to meet before you get to the 3rd year, so that we don't throw money away for 3 years only to wake up one day and say that you didn't use public funds judiciously.
Yeah.
So just like the Akufo-Addo government thought about and wanted to do for the SME program, my argument is that do this, but do it the same way. Set benchmarks for them in rolling this out. So I like this idea, but I want it to be tied to specific requirements that they have to meet because you cannot make the issuance of license, business operating license, you cannot make it just a window dresser. It cannot be just something that is there in vain, that for any club at all, at the end of the year, whether or not they are in good standing, they just go and then you give them license too. So that is what I feel they ought to do. But for Kofi Adams, he is very fortunate. He is one lucky father maker. Because, look, if he works hard, he could well become possibly the best sports minister we have. If he's not lazy and if he works.
The signs are good, you mean?
Not the signs from him. It appears John Mahama came into government with a huge plan for sports, with an infrastructure in his head, revenue sources and everything in his head, that he's waiting for someone to execute.
But he has even said that he doesn't like sports like that.
But the moves they are making are serious. So
No. It doesn't mean he doesn't understand its importance.
Yeah.
Two different things.
But he's not that deep into it like that. Look, what they are doing for the Ghana Premier League is part of a bigger plan for football and sports tourism.
Yeah.
I have been told that the Ghana Tourism GTDC or something, they are looking at development
company.
They are looking at what this will do in terms of drawing eyeballs to the country. Now, and it is not just hearsay, because yesterday the chief of staff also gave a hint at the. In fact, it wasn't just a hint. He told Ketekreku, he said it about the football museum idea.
Continue.
So they have their own plan that they want to work with.
Good.
A meeting point between football, tourism, recreation, and all of that. Part of it, they would expect the GFA to take the lead. Part of it, they would expect the sports ministry to take the lead. And like Julius Debra said, he says they have resources available and they are prepared to front it, the football museum thing. That is why I say, if the sports minister doesn't sleep on the job and is careful in the use of public resources and make sure that these monies are well allocated and used judiciously, look, he could walk away with a very good legacy. Because yesterday, my understanding is that the government is aware that immediately this is ruled out, there is going to be a clamor for something for women's football, and they have a plan for it. There's going to be a clamor for grassroots football, because they do not want to only do a top-heavy investment while leaving the foundation stage of the game hanging. But it is not enough to have those ideas. That is why, again, I say that it is now up to Kofi Adams. They have shown their willingness. They have publicly made statements that suggest that they are going to do this. As to what he does with the resources that is available to them, not just Kofi Adams, but Yam Pofuankra as well. That is why the comments he made on Wednesday, I thought was very ill-advised. And I was very disappointed that Yam Pofuankra said it, because, look, if this whole production gig is going to work, possibly the most important thing is the infrastructure, the football infrastructure, the stadiums, the pitches that they play on. What we saw last season, if you go and put Adeses Adesawe can have the best production equipment in the world. But if you take, have you seen the pictures from Babayara? If
he says he has no money.
See, where's the camera?
Calm down.
Where's the camera? Because I want to send a message to you.
It is right there.
See, you did not get that job to come and reword our problems for us. You didn't get into that office to rehash rhetorics for us.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't personal. But failure to maintain our stadiums and pitches have caused the exits of other office holders, your predecessors.
Prof. Chimesi.
The marking scheme will not change for you, Yampofo Ankra. If the government is going to put 18 million cedis into Premier League clubs, and then at the end of the day, the facilities that they are going to rent from your office is going to be as poor as the one we've seen, and we're not in the dry season.
It's raining every day.
We are not
There's
in
no
the dry
sun.
season. There is hardly any sun anywhere.
By the way, but they're giving 80 million to the clubs. How much have they given him?
No. So what he has to do is simple. He has to
find solutions. Don't
He has
rehash.
to cancel that sharing profit
The
issue.
profit.
The clubs must rent the property.
Look,
They must, because you have 1 million.
Yeah, now they have money.
So rent the 1 million. Use that
Ultimately.
money
Ultimately.
because their fans won't come. So you don't get any money. If the fans will come, they should work hard for the fans to come.
because ultimately, it is solutions that.
Okay.
Yeah, it is solutions that for me, I think we should. Also, the timing of that speech was very bad because we're just about starting the CAF competitions. Then we have the CAF and FIFA. In fact, this one will be the FIFA World Cup qualifiers on the horizon.
Oh,
At
that
the-
one, Accra go take them quick.
I'm coming. I'm just saying that at the moment, we do not have any facility that has approval from CAF.
Oh, Accra,
Everything
Accra.
we have is conditional.
Accra.
Conditional.
That's why I said conditional.
Oh, but
You see, we did Kumasi conditional for about 4 years before it was suspended.
So left on a 3
That is what led to the sacking of Doji, and then before him, Prof. Chumesi. So when you come in and then you are singing the same tune as them, for me it's a red flag. That's why I'm not prepared to let that commentary fly.
No. But the point is, as for the conditional, it doesn't matter what any DG does. And I said it the last time, you have to build a new facility.
Simple.
Because the new
What CAF are asking
what
for,
CAF are
it's not
asking for,
about-
the current facilities, there is nothing.
You see,
So you have to build a new one.
part of the job is for him to communicate that understanding of the unique circumstances like you're doing.
Oh, that one minister no.
No, they know.
Minister, they know. I'm telling you.
Anyway, all right, guys, your message to Yampofo Ankra is clear. Yao listens to the show all the time. So, Yao, Achu says, don't come and tell us you don't have money. I think we already find the money.
No.
Find the money and maintain the pitch. The
But,
pitch cannot be
Fen,
in
I just did some maths. If you look at the Ghanaian clubs that play at Accra Sports Stadium, the last time I checked, House of Folk were paying 15,000 to use the Accra Sports Stadium.
Yeah.
If they play 17
game.
per game, if they play 17 games there, that's 225,000 Ghana cedis. Take that out of the 1 million. There's still money. So if you have about 2 clubs playing there, you should be getting money.
enough money to maintain the pitch.
That
at
is
least.
if he decides to go this way.
But he has to go this way because there's money.
Forget that partnership. Because
Absolutely.
If they can't bring
The
their
bigger
fans.
issue is they shouldn't even be using Accra and Kumasi. If we had finished those 10 multiples,
Resource.
throw them there. Now 40,000 were for our clubs.
No, that's a fair point.
Of course.
That's a fair point. Anyway, so you're listening to Game Plan on 99.7 Joe FM, hits 103.9 FM. The show is proudly brought to you by Betway and Patrosol. Of course, Betway says that it's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. All you need to do is place bets and share your codes with friends and fans, and then you will earn 4% of their wager. It doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss. If they bet, you earn cash, and the more people that bet with your code, the more you will earn. Start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer exclusive to Betway. And Patrosol says that the dreams we feel together and the excitement that we created from the Energizing Dreams promo, if you got so excited about that, then be excited about the future, because we poured joy into your journeys and rewarded your loyalty and shared in your aspirations. But as the sun rises on a new day, so too does a new chapter for Patrosol Platinum Energy. While the anniversary celebrations have concluded, our promise remains unwavering to be your trusted partner on every road in every endeavor. Petrosol Platinum Energy, triple ISO certified, multiple award winning with over 100 stations nationwide. We continue to deliver the quality fuels and lubricants that you can depend on. We remain committed to energizing your dreams, fueling your progress, and powering Ghana's growth. Our tagline says it all. Petrosol, energizing dreams, is not just a slogan, it's our enduring commitment to you. Visit any of our over 100 stations across Ghana and experience the Petrosol difference. Quality you can trust, service you can rely on. Petrosol Platinum Energy, still energizing your dreams today and always. Remember, the Joy Sports Invitational is on August 9. That's just next Saturday. We have over 40 companies that have signed up for the Corporate Sports Networking competition. We'll have several sporting disciplines: CO penalty shootout, women's penalty shootout, 100-meter race, football, relays, volleyball, chess, drought, lots of board games, swimming. So aerobics, the aerobics session will be led by the Chief of Staff. He says he's a big fan of aerobics and that he's fit, so he will be there on Saturday morning. So do join us as early as 6 a.m. at the University of Ghana Stadium for the aerobics session with the Chief of Staff. Anyone can join, and if you're part of the companies that are coming, please come early, join the aerobics session network, because you know that when the Chief of Staff is there, there's too many important people that will be there. So you to come around 6 a.m. next Saturday, August 9, and let's enjoy. This is Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM, hits 103.9 FM. Still to come, Ali Jarrah says that Ghana has abandoned him. So we'll get into that, and we'll get into all the transfer news and what have you. But, guys, this is how I found out that John Dramani Mahama is a big fan of Game Plan when he said this.
We also are going to equip some of the schools around the country as sports schools. And so for those schools, we'll give them all the infrastructure they need: running tracks, all the kit for hockey, the best talents from the different schools, and assemble them in those schools so that they can train and study at the same time and build their talents to join the senior teams.
It's you, Siju.
Hey, John.
Yeah, if you're an ardent follower of this show, you know that.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Oh, John is my guy.
If you're president.
Oh,
like that, president, we can't call him John.
By the way, John, you know him not be John.
I shock.
His Excellency.
President John Dramani Mahama. Yes.
Hey, Johnny.
He's excellent. Hey, what is the issue? What is the issue?
Hey.
What is the issue?
No, if I can't give you consultation.
And the thing, no one carry
It's very serious, yeah.
Hey, John. Hey, John,
it was last year.
Bro.
We had a whole show here about what each political party should target.
If you were the
yes, that was
if you were the political BBB.
Yeah.
Where I say, if John or Barizi come.
Yes. They should consider
turning every region.
Yes.
Just get one senior high school.
Oh, it was a big hit.
And then turn it into a sports.
And add the adjoining facility.
Hey,
that's exactly what he says. Yes.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
John, this one, take on for free.
So when we come back from this very short break, we'll get into so many other issues still to come, transfers and what have you, all here on the show. Do stay with us. We'll be right back. It's a Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM. Joy Sports Invitational, August 9, next Saturday, August 9. A quick roll call on all the companies that are coming on August 9. Lots of them. So if you hear your name, represent, okay? If you hear your name, bring all your stuff. Bring everybody. Bring everyone, okay? The Joy Sports Invitational on August 9. Listen, Royal Sweet Limited. Thank you. Are you the hub? Game energy drink by Piva Beverages.
Fantastical.
That's right.
The whole Piva is not coming. Game is coming.
Game is coming.
Yeah.
Game is coming.
Then send them out.
Emi Go Ghana, producers of
Yomi Yogurt.
Thank you very much. The luckiest. Star 712.
The luckiest.
Oh, yes. Safolda Ventures. Heritage Christian University.
Fantastical.
Everybody, my students, they play or lectures.
Everybody.
Everybody's home. If you're a star.
Premier Health Insurance.
So lecture them.
Premier Health Insurance.
Premier Health Insurance.
Access Pension Trust.
We know them.
Nkulenu
Nkulenu.
ARB Apex Bank PLC.
Last year, don't worry. Wow.
Sawe Nano and Sa. Pivac Natural Health. Gibbs Agami. Gibbs.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, the Ghana Interbank Payment and something systems.
Yeah.
Let me find the full name. IS Evolutions Consult.
Charlie, no be there. IT people.
They my CEO win the CEO penalty shooter. The guy get tunnel vision last year.
He leg no pull inside.
National Identification Authority.
NIA.
Multi-choice Ghana. TV.
It's just a go come.
Oh, Saturday.
Then the Jata issue.
August 8th, August 9th.
You know, to make it exciting, Sam George is invited.
If I invite Ministry of Communication,
Yes. Ministry of Communication. No,
for fixed match between the two of them, if a fixed match.
No, NCA versus DSTV.
Yes,
NCA will call NCU. So the problem no for NCA.
If Jata, so for Jata Ministry.
Jata say give them till when?
August.
So 2 days before.
So if I arrange match between the two of them,
No
so
problem.
say
McDown Group. Consolidated Shipping Agencies Limited. Tropo Farms. Yes.
Quick.
Old Mutual.
it's nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Ball Clicks Apps Limited. Out Sales Services Limited. Aldridge Care Solutions. National Insurance Commission. Omni Basic Bank. Star Assurance Limited. Serene Insurance. Zenith Bank. Kowa Impact Limited. Youth Employment Agency. DHL. ECG.
Where ECG?
Which one? There's no doom song in Ghana. Behave.
Where ECG?
Why would you? Electricity
it's not
Company of Ghana. Adansi Travels.
Lawrence and people. Yeah, then there.
Oh, Charlie, this company is.
Adansi said they will take
But
people south.
this company coming, is going to encourage certain things. My brothers and sisters, ash foam.
Asphalt.
Equity Health Insurance.
Oh, fantastic.
National Petroleum Authority.
MPA.
Last year,
Labadi Beach Hotel.
Sweet Labadi.
Now why I did deal with Akaho? Multimedia Ghana Limited.
John,
Multimedia Group Limited. Yambo. Yeah. Is it?
People then bring them
That's
send them under 20.
Game
energy drink.
Okay.
By Piva Beverage.
Under 20.
Yeah.
Mickey Charles,
I
behave.
have a message for He sent it to
Mickey Charles should behave. Mickey
what?
Charles,
Say what?
behave. I would say.
I will read it.
Why would you read that?
He says McDown versus National Security will be the game to watch.
National Security have not registered, so you should get them to sign up.
Million sign
Like
In
you
fact,
bad.
no.
But late entry, if they will pay late entry fee, we may.
Thank you very much.
We may.
Yes.
No, some matches, you see, football, it goes with storylines.
Fantastic.
Football, it goes with storylines. Like, we are looking for, so Ministry of Communication and the new
You know the match I want? Multimedia Group Limited versus Ghana Military.
Yes. You see, these are storylines. You must settle some scores for some place.
Yes.
You do your talking on the pitch.
On the pitch. On the
I want to
pitch.
start striker number.
My brother, do you know who won the arm wrestling competition last year?
One guy no.
From Multimedia Group Limited. The whole Ghana.
The whole Ghana.
Multimedia Group won the arm wrestling.
Who was the?
So you can't come and show us anything
Who
there.
was the referee? Was it
No, from Ghana arm wrestling this thing.
Yes, we brought the.
So all the officials for every discipline
Yes,
are from
please.
the
No,
federation.
Yes.
so this guy gave you a referee.
No.
No.
Osensibili.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah. Left hand, right hand.
No, but I'm wrestling the people. The whole Ghana, no sports.
You see the competition they go recently. They swore all the medals for there.
Shout to them, man.
Right hand, gold.
Wait.
Left hand,
Good.
forehead wrestling.
Good.
So Charlie, August 9.
Charlie, but what you
there.
go do? What you go do for that?
Abba.
It's the question they ask.
I can't do any sports. I have to make sure that people enjoy.
What a nice way to escape.
No. Actually, that's it. That's the boys. The sports team.
I will race you. I'll give you a 50-meter gap. I still go past you.
Danike, are you challenging me?
I say I'll race you. I'll start on 100 meter. I'll start on the line. I'll give you 50-meter gap. I'll still get to the end before.
Is that you are not a man of your words? Last time
Boga.
you said I should give you 100 cedis to do push up. You didn't do it.
But I didn't want the money.
You see?
You said not the one, but is the challenge accepted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So challenge accepted.
I don't want you to give me 50-meter gap. Let's start on the block.
Hey.
You and I, Daniel Cranston.
But this guy.
You raise. No, hold on.
No. You and I will go a long way. I'll not do that.
Race out of lane 2. I'll race out of lane 8.
Hey.
This guy.
Do you understand? Race out of lane 2. I'll race out of lane 8. We've decided there is the Ghana Athletics last year and this year again. They are bringing the electronic timer. So this one, there is not a case of having Sicho and Achu there. I'll cross first, but then Achu, who is supposed to be taking the first
in your mind
will
need to be closer. So
we will press.
So you're free and fair.
For your mind is that you
You're free and fair clocking.
But in your mind you will be
Are you
closer.
sure you can finish the race?
You see.
Friend,
Yes.
are you sure you can even finish the race?
What are you talking about?
It's a
I
fair
have a
question.
record.
Hey,
Okay, yes.
Let's hear it.
When in 2018. When I just 1 year after I came to Accra, I was very deep in the coverage of local athletics. Ghana Athletics Circuit Championships. I was going around the whole
Who
country.
did you face?
But did you run? Were you running?
Yes, please.
Who did you face? That
Somebody famously challenged me to a 100-meter race. He did not finish the race. You know that person? Muftau Nabila Abdullahi.
But the Cape Coast thing.
Yes,
I saw that.
You
I
were
saw that,
there.
yeah, I saw
You,
that.
Achu, you were there.
It was 8 years ago.
Achu, you were there.
Yes, but
Did I win or not?
Muftau said be somebody in the race. Muftau.
Last year he raced Evans Mensah and he fell.
I'm just saying.
no, how do you lose to Evan Spencer?
He lost to Evans Mensah.
Wait, some fall for the finish line.
Yeah, he's halfway moved
Finish
down.
where you go fight. Say you
So
go.
Muftau never the finished race.
Oh, he never. He never go finish.
He was running like they've tied his 2 feet. Sorry. Saturday won't be there. But guys, I want you guys to listen to this, right? Because this is very disturbing. On Tuesday, Ali Jara, was it Wednesday, took to Facebook, okay, to write something very disturbing about his life. And I just want to read it to you guys so that and this is something that he put on his own Facebook, all right? And this was on Tuesday. And this is what he wrote. It was in the evening. He started by introducing himself. He says, I am Ali Jara, former Ghana international, Italian 1991 under 17 gold medalist, Australia 1993 under 20 silver medalist, Japan 1993 World Cup silver medalist, Mauritius 1993 gold medalist in the African Cup. It has been 32 long years since the unfortunate incident that changed my life forever while serving in the line of duty. Throughout these decades, I have carried the weight of that day, the pain, the sacrifice, and the silence. Yet, despite everything, the state has turned its back, leaving me forgotten and unheard. All I ever wanted was acknowledgement, justice, and a sign that my sacrifice mattered. But instead, I have been met with neglect and indifference. After all these years, my hope is fading. But my story remains. Let my story be heard. Let the state finally recognize the price paid by those who serve. And he signs the statement by saying, with a heavy heart but unwavering hope. So, Ali Jara, we didn't leave it there. We followed up okay, and went to interview him and ask him on Wednesday that we saw what you wrote on Facebook. What do you want the state to do for you? And this is what he told us.
I'm not a type who come out and say things on his own. No. I think when the time comes and the right authority calls, they know exactly what they must do to wipe a tear from someone's face. I know the president of the nation, Your Excellency, is a good listener. I know he will do the needful. I pray for long life for him, and I'm waiting for that day for me to see Your Excellency. I'm honored to have you, Joy FM, to at least come and listen to my sorrows and my cries.
So that's Ali Jara. So we did ask him, Ali, what do you want the state to do for you? That was his answer. Didn't specifically state. He says the state must know when the time comes, the right authority, they will know what to do for him. He also, of course, added that he doesn't want. We shouldn't wait for him to die before we do the needful.
When you have a child and you locked him in a room for 32 years, ask yourself, how would the child be? Put the child on the desert without giving him water to struggle. How would the child feel? The Ghanaians want something bad. I am a Muslim. I'm not afraid of death because every Muslim knows there is death. If tomorrow I'm gone, I think the tribute which will be read will be full of hopes and glory and honor to what I've done for the nation. And I play football for only 3 years. Why would this happen to me?
Very, very interesting thoughts from Ali Jara. Felix,
Yeah.
you famously had a whole street named after him.
Yeah.
Ali Jara had issues with that. He says you've named the street after him. He goes around Ali Jara Street, so what?
Well, friend, he's a very good friend. I'm not far away from where he stays at Dansoman last stop. And as a follower of Accra Arts of Folk, the first time I got in contact with him, I asked him some few questions. And one of the questions I asked, are you still getting support from fire service? Because if you remember,
he joined House of Folk from fire service.
Yes, and he was still with fire service
even after.
Yes, because I think House of Folk discovered him during the CESA games, the security services game, up until when he went to the under 17, won a couple of medals, and then he got injured in that 1993 Super Clash against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
I don't think that's how he got injured.
No, from what he told me, he said he got that injury from the Super Clash, and I think a week before that, he had an offer from FC Cologne. That I'm saying that is what he told me.
I'm establishing what
he have out there, because all the other versions come from him.
So I'm telling you what he told me. So after
all,
all,
he says he got injured while playing
for Hearts of Folk. He said
in the game against
Kotoko, and he even recalled that he Frimpong scored in that particular game. But that aside, I told him that what I can do, because at that time my office had support from World Bank, so we're doing the property addressing and street naming, and I knew very well that there was a Starlet 91 street that was within the ministry, and knowing very well where he stayed, I put up a proposal to the street addressing committee that at least it's also important that we honor some of our heroes, and I think that there's a road right in front of where Ali Jara stays. So if you know that someone very well, the road that heads through Las Palmas right to the Dansoman Beach, the first turn on your left after the Presbyterian School, there's a lane there. Ali Jara stays around that place, and the committee said, why not? He's achieved a lot, got injured whilst playing football. So the committee approved of that street to be named after him. And then they mounted a signage and all that. It was rather unfortunate that after the time the signage was mounted, Ali Jara wasn't, around. Until I got in touch and I told him that, yes, I've gotten the street name after you. And he was like, oh.
You did a good job.
Yes. So I if you followed Ali Jara for some time, I quite remember that he's gotten a lot of donation and support, even from PFAG, from the GFA, from fire service. It is sad that when you guys ask him what exactly does he want government to do, he wasn't specific.
Nope.
So if you want government to come to your aid, at least be
Buy
specific.
you a car, maybe because it can't work well.
Yes, or maybe support your academy, or probably put up some building for you. Or I don't know if it is a monthly thing that, or maybe whatever you are getting from fire service as a pension or something is not enough. You should be able, because this is a very huge opportunity for you to
It's a
state
huge platform.
Yeah, for you to state what exactly you want. I don't want to believe that he wants to play the emotional cards on Ghanaians.
I want to believe that,
But I don't want to believe so. But because I feel that, you know what, he's a matured man. He's been through this for the past over 3 decades,
Yeah.
and I think that if he really wants government support, there is other channels, including what he had, for him to say, this is exactly what I want government to do for me.
Chicho.
Danny.
Achu has something to say.
I mean, I was going to say what Felix has.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Achu, what do you think?
My issue is that there are too many versions of this story out, all from him. One moment he says he got injured. In fact, for the longest time, that is what I believed.
Yeah.
Until I chanced on that interview you produced not long ago, where he said he woke up one day and he was paralyzed.
So hold on. Felix said that Ali Jara told him categorically that he got injured while playing for Hearts of Oak against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
That's not what he told Obama.
Which is also what he told you.
No, he told Obama that he played for Hearts against Kotoko.
That's the last
They
game.
lost the game 1-0, and then during the week he started feeling back
Exactly.
pains.
Yeah.
So,
So he
it
didn't-
wasn't an injury
From the game,
From
I
the
think
game.
so probably maybe after consultation with the doctor then, because if I quite remember, he said he had consultation with the doctor, and then it was more like a back pain, so he needed to get some rest. So probably I'm thinking that he said that to me because he felt that he got that back pain as a
after-
result of that particular game that he featured in.
From all indications, I mean, he's the only one who went to what he went to, and he needs to be. I think he hasn't helped himself by not being very specific. Look, no one cares, for example, about where or how the injury happened.
There's an injury.
Yes, there's an injury, and it's caused him great pain. So you don't need to tell a different story for people to feel differently. I think if it's the same story, one story, so it cannot be. We can't be having this conversation about, oh, he got injured right after, or he got injured in a game involving Hartsfield and Kotoko, only felt it 3 days later, or maybe I slept and I woke up and I felt the pain, and like it's not consistent, so it doesn't help matters. But that's beside the point. The point is that, actually, you finish your point first.
So that part, I don't think it helps. But
Because this is what you're talking about. This is what I wanted to play for
I
you.
think a week I have to travel to Germany, and I started feeling back pain just immediately after the tournament. 3 days I was admitted at the hospital. I woke up from bed. I could really see that from down, waist coming downwards. I couldn't raise the leg, everything was off. That's how it started. Just 1 week back pain and off.
91, you play for under 20 93. Then the thing happened, you are going to
So basically, in this
so-
interview, he said,
so he gives conflicting, but to the central theme of being neglected. No, our first exposure to him was in the security services. They did not abandon him. He, in fact, from as far as I know, he's been on fire service payroll for decades. If they have taken him off the payroll, I do not know. But for as long as I have known that they kept. In fact, there are people who believe that while he was at Hartsfield, he was still drawing salary from the services, from the fire services. There is that. Then the issue of even his treatment, it was not paid by his family. It was borne by the state.
yeah, the state took him to the UK and they gave him the very best of doctors.
Yeah.
Actually, it's So the state does deserve credit because it's part of the reason he's actually able to walk.
Also,
because they did everything possible to help him.
So there is a medical support that the state bore the full cost of. The state's agency employed him, the services there. Then you have national teams also employing him. He's been the technical director of the amputee national football team for a while now. Last year, when they went and won the gold at the AFCON, the amputee AFCON in Morocco, he was part of the team that President Mahama at the time made the donation to. So when the state has given you, look, that's as good a medical insurance anyone can have. Now he's able to walk. And because of that medical procedure, he has been able to have about a 20-year career as a goalkeeper's trainer. So he had an academy where he was training kids since, I think, for about 15 years now. And then he also got the amputee national team gig as well. So when the state has done that for you, I struggle to see. And now, Philippe, I wasn't even aware about the street name.
Has been named.
Which
is
named
forever.
Forever. I struggle to see where the neglect and the lack of recognition comes in.
And if you need something specific as well, maybe then state it. Obviously, support can be different. Okay, so maybe you need something different from what's been given you.
Or maybe don't play the emotional card too.
And the fact that also, you see, the interesting thing about all this is that if you've got access to a lot of people.
Yeah,
I don't know what attempts he's made to look. The amputee football team is under the Paralympic Committee.
Yeah,
the Paralympic Committee is headed by Samson Dean. Samson Dean and the chief of staff
are friends.
Yes, so it cannot be that difficult for him to have arranged a meeting or gotten access to the president through the chief of staff. To put this on social media and tag the president and tag everybody and make it seem like the whole country has neglected him for all this while.
And you see, he's one of the unique characters who, across different governments, every party in power just agrees that don't touch Ali Jara's salary.
Right. Yeah. So Ali Jara was part of the four tournaments, okay, for the national team. I think part of the cult around Ali Jara, for sure, apart from also his footballing abilities, is also because of what happened to him. Because in 1991, when we won the under-17, in 1991, Ali Jara was the third choice goalkeeper that particular year. Didn't play a single game, of course. And then in 1993, he played 3 tournaments. We went to the under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, which was to qualify to the World Cup. And that tournament was hosted in, I believe it was in Mauritius. Yeah, we hosted that particular tournament. Group stages, there were 8 teams, group stages, semi-final, final. Ali Jara played 1 game. The second group game against Cameroon, he conceded 2 goals in 5 minutes. We lost the match by 2-0, basically. And that was also the game where a certain Ben Owu, how Ben Owu was the first choice goalkeeper. Danike, do you know how and why Ali Jara ended up playing the second group game? Because after we played our first group game against Mauritius, we beat them 1-0 in that game. Ahimfo scored the winning goal. They decided to stay back and watch. And Ghana's group was Mauritius, Ghana, Cameroon, Nigeria. The Nigeria and Cameroon was coming up. They decided to stay back, okay, and watch the second group game between Nigeria and Cameroon. When they saw the game, then they said that some of the players started saying that Charlie match with their meeting because the Cameroonians had Rigobert Song and Marc Vivien Foe. The boys were built. These are the 20 boys who back then in 1993. By the way, according to stories, okay, they said Ben Owu said the match he can't play. But according to my confirmed source, they said the reason the coach chose Ali Jara was because he was taller. And he thought that he could deal with the height of because Ghana's second group game was against Cameroon. So he played that match. Obviously, we lost 2-0 in that second group game. Then we won our final group game against Nigeria, played a semi-final thing against Egypt, and then we went back to the final to face Cameroon, and we ended up beating Cameroon in the final. That was Ali Jarrah's one game in that competition. Then we went to the World Cup in I think Australia.
You are trying to say that the game that we lost to maybe
No, I'm telling you all the games he has played.
So I'm saying that the game that we lost in that competition will be in play.
It was Ali Jarrah who played.
That's what you want to establish.
Then we
But
went.
when Owu came back in the final, we won against the team that
The rest of the
final against Cameroon. No,
the rest of the games. Okay. All I'm
you try.
all I'm trying to say, and then we went to the Under-20 World Cup after that tournament. Obviously, we won the tournament. We went to. He was second choice, but Owu was still the first choice goalkeeper, so he didn't get to keep. Then he played at the Under-17 World Cup in that very 1993 tournament. Obviously, was in Japan. We went to the final and lost to Nigeria. That was Ali Jarrah's tournament. He was the number one choice goalkeeper, and we went all the way to the final and lost against Nigeria. Then we came back from the competition. He played for Hearts of Oak, and then several days later, he slept, woke up, and then felt what happened to him, then what led to. So we must establish also that he served the country at youth level enormously, but let nobody miscue and misinterpret and misrepresent. Ali Jarrah did not get injured playing for the national team. That must be established.
Why do you say so?
Is it?
The injury might have started from the national team, but he felt the eventual effects.
Yes, and he might.
It might have.
It might have not.
You surprise me when you pay attention to
hold on, let's go on. It might have not. We all don't know. But the bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that it is not established. It's not like the Jerry Akamenko one that everybody knows. You can't deny. He's there playing in national colours. There were several. In fact, there were other matches after.
In 20 years' time, Barbara Mango can't tell you. See.
Factos. That is what I'm. So that is what I'm getting at. That in a few years, we will see people from maybe 2010 squad telling us that they took us quarter final, but we have abandoned them. There will be people from 2SA squad saying the same thing, that they took us to our first World Cup and we have abandoned them.
But Fent, the bottom line is for Ali Jarrah, I don't think we've abandoned him.
That is what we are trying to say. Yeah. So listen, Ali Jarrah, if you need something specific, when they put the camera in front of you, say it.
Or go back to your social media post and go and write the things you need.
That is it. You know, somebody can, but let's not play the emotional game. We appreciate, and look, I totally and fully understand where he's coming from. It's not easy to be in that sort of situation. But when you've not been left to fend for yourself the whole time, when there's been support, and Ali Jarrah has been on record many times to thank Ghanaians for being very supportive of his situation. He said he's so grateful. So I don't know where this message is coming from.
You have stopped.
No, he said for 32 years. So it's not a case. He didn't say for the last 5 years. He said for 32 years. I cannot be.
He was thanking you for what is to come, but he hasn't been coming.
And you had the camera in front of you. You could have said it.
Yeah. And we asked him, what do you want?
Well, Jerry, Sammy my senior for. I was listening to me tweeting. See, I've recused myself from. It's a homely matter. I mean, the matter is you know, so.
Anyway,
I've recused myself.
Tell us what you want. I'm sure somebody, a very generous listener would give you. But if it's just a case of, I don't know, when the time comes, they will decide what is good for me.
I don't want street named after me. Street.
I don't get that part. For example, so like you have
street. Ali Jarrah wants us to go give 18. Hey, Charlie, you put me
18 miller.
People there. Chief of staff is there. President is there. They have money. The McDonald's are there. So they put camera. They say, "What do you want the state to do for you?" I'm not the type who asks for some. You have to tell us what you want.
But that's in the ball. Somebody go do something for you, then you say, oh boss, what make I give you? Oh boss, anything from your heart, anything. Say what you want, and let's
Cannot be, because there must be
He has
something.
a prize in his head.
Charlie.
There must be something specific. Maybe you need a car, you need a house, you need this, you need that, you need to pay kids' school fee. Like, I mean, there has to be something. I don't. Okay, he wants the state to come and say thank you.
Now, the amputee football gig, the National Fire Service salaries, and those ones.
You know, be able to go come way, it go bring problems.
Yeah, Mustafa is vex. Somebody had a laugh.
So speaking of which, so in that time, they were able, in opposition, to go to Mahama and collect money.
10,000. No, be specific. It was $10,000.
Yes,
$10,000.
you are saying that now you want to tag him on Facebook.
The one that
with-
you can't see John.
the one who took him there can take him
No,
there.
no, you can't see the man. Oh, yeah,
You are.
you can't see John. Oh.
That's
John,
our show.
Johnny.
That's our show.
Stop.
Thank you, Sicho.
John
Thank
D.
you. Felix Romack, Daniel Cranton, and